Yo, what's going on? What's going on? It is February 6th on a Saturday evening. What's going on, everybody? My name is Ronjae Jones. This is the NBA Flunkies Commissioner, and we're back with another NBA Flunkies podcast. So good of you all to really be with us and, to hope you all are doing safe. We've got a lot of things to discuss. A lot of things have happened in our group chat this week, and we've got a special premiere video coming out at 6:30, and so we are going to kind of switch gears, and what's going to happen is you're going to see all of our personal reactions to that video that I think all of you are going to find super funny. But nonetheless, we've got some familiar faces, and we got a new guest here today. We got to my right here, to my right, it might be pointing left, but to my right, we've got Keshawn Simpson here of the Alpha Land Knicks, who's finally changed his name back.
We still hurt though, but I mean, it's whatever.
And there we go, playing the victim again. We got Sizwe here of the Valley Boys.
Oh, Valley Boys.
And
yes, sir.
And our new guest here, we got the NBA Young Boy Stands, formerly known as Playboy Cardi Stands. We got Sam Hood here. What's going on, man? What's going on? What's going on?
Hey, had to switch it up. You could he
feels so good to be blessing us with his presence. We nonetheless, man, we really do appreciate you guys really joining us today. And so, with that being said,
I need it. The Draco undefeated.
Something like that. Something where I don't know. Okay.
I don't know what
that's
that
young
means.
boy. I was for hood.
Yeah, that was for hood. Yeah, we're gonna have to get some young boy sounds for our soundboard here.
Oh nah.
Or not.
I think we can pass on that.
Or
nah,
not.
We're not.
Or not. You wouldn't want none? I mean, that's fine too. I mean, look, I'm not exactly jumping over the moon to get some NBA young boy sounds on here. So.
Listen,
no, we should.
We're family friendly here, bro.
Oh. I mean, he said family friendly here. Hey, look, man. Look, this has been a very interesting week. Teams and everything else like that we're in some close games this week. It's some close records. I mean, it's coming down to the wire. So next week we're hitting our halfway mark here. So let me ask you guys to start. How do you guys feel about everything overall that's happened in our league as we approach the halfway mark?
No, I'll go first. What's what?
What'd you say?
Just in general?
Just in general. I mean, or specifically how you feel about your team at the moment.
Okay, well, just in general, I feel like the league is getting pretty competitive. We're trying to filter out, who's going to be what, who's going to be strong, who's going to be weak, who's going to be wild cards. As for my team, you know what I'm saying, I feel like we're pretty well-rounded right now. Some people on this call could, not talking nice with trades and stuff. I need to build. I'm trying to build my star power back. I like the little foundation team, the B team. I'm rolling out to give me a few wins against high profile teams like Malik, but I want my star power back. That's what the Valley Warriors is. That's my pickup.
The epitome of foolishness, the star power buy-in. You mean I think the league has been good. I like the competitiveness in the conferences, especially out east, is interesting to watch. You guys, I think, are separated by like one game as far as in each standing, so that's pretty interesting seeing how things are going. I think Mike is the only one who's still undefeated at the moment, but people have looked at his schedule and have called the former champ fool's gold.
I mean, look, they've called him out. Just like they called Durant out.
Yeah.
So I mean, look, this is what I'm gonna say about Mike's supposed easy way towards being, I don't know, 7-0. he has a lot of surprising players. Like I honestly, Cameron Johnson didn't predict that he was gonna be able to do the things that he's doing. Chris Boucher, wasn't expecting him. He came out of nowhere, and I think he snagged Keldon Johnson. Like, those are just 3 players on his list. Obviously, Lonzo Ball has been up and down, but he's starting to trend upwards. So, I mean, look, his team is putting things together, and the crazy thing is, and he'll say it, obviously, he'll always hold this over everyone's heads, is he's doing this without his star player. So that to me is worth the recognition, I would say. At least the recognition. Maybe not the respect. Maybe not the respect, but maybe the recognition. Cause I'm pretty much in agreement with y'all. It's okay.
It was a good opening schedule, I'll say.
Yeah.
Some of the talent, especially with some of the injuries that had happened to certain teams and COVID protocols and stuff like that, he had a pretty good turnout. Well, I guess you could say he had the ultimate turnout when it came to, just really getting the right teams at the right time.
And I want to say this, Mike, you barely beat me. All right? Like, when you see a team come out, put up 500, 400, and then 400 again, you're not beating that team, especially in a weekend. You're just not beating that. Yeah, no. So, no disrespect. You're 7-0. I take my L's all the same. But and we're gonna get into some of those types of things. Obviously, our predictions coming up. But we've got about a couple minutes left, and so I did want to do a little bit of an intro for this before we start to react to this video. So like I said, you're not. Everyone who's watching our podcast right now, you're not going to physically see this, but one thing that you can do is open up both videos and probably see us reacting to it, because we're all going to watch it together. It's a big premiere. So basically 2 days ago, there were about 5 or 6 flunkies who decided to go up to this particular church that we used to go up to before the pandemic and everything had happened. And we would go there. It used to be on every Wednesdays. Now it's every Thursdays. And we would go up there and play basketball together, have a small Bible study. It's a good way to commune with people and to see, other people out here, around in our particular area. And it's just always good to be around, people, who love and respect. And so it was like almost half of our league was there. And so we decided to get together. And there was one game that I got the chance to capture some footage of that we're going to be seeing here tonight. And so to my knowledge, it was Chris, Sterling, and Keshawn versus Tim and Mike's squad. So, we played 5-on-5. It was half court. The guy who runs it, shout out to Cliff. I think because there was so many people there, we had to run games of 7. But one thing that I did, so at the very end or towards the end, what you're going to see is the fantasy production value of each flunky player who's out there. So that's
gonna get drafted number 1.
Yeah. We're getting our draft stock out here. So, I really want to be able to do this with everybody in the fantasy league. We got about 18 people here. So if like 10 people showed up and we all got together one day and was just like, yo, we're going to pick a spot somewhere in the country, because most people are on the East Coast. So that's a good thing. And we just, figure out something. What I'd like to do is a Flunkies retreat. And so right here, we've got the video out here, and it's blasting through my computer.
Oh man.
So we're gonna
We can watch it.
Yeah, actually I'm thinking about doing this, is stopping this particular segment and then going live again, because I'm not sure because I would like for everyone to see this, but I think what I'm gonna do is just stay live and get all of our reactions. But we've got like 3 people waiting in here, so this should be interesting.
Yes, sir.
I don't think it's counting me. because I'm on the Flunkies page. But for those of you who are listening, follow, subscribe, like, share, comment the NBA on the NBA Flunkies YouTube page and our Instagram page. We've got to really make a Twitter account. Probably get one of the other Flunkies to control it. So
hey, Sam Hood, you are hilarious. You said you got TJ McConnell for Harrison Barnes right now.
Hey man, you gotta try to win.
Yeah. So like Sam and Sizwe, you guys should be able to just see it. I don't know how many seconds it's saying on your clock, but we're at 30 seconds.
About 30 seconds.
Yeah. So.
I'm trying to describe your experience in one word real quick.
My experience, I was present. I was there. I didn't make a presence, but I was present. So I attended. So you got to understand, like, you mean, it's probably my worst day, I'd say.
Probably not his brightest day, but we are 5, 4, 3, 2, and here we go.
Yes, sir.
Let's see what this stuff looks like. And forgive me for the color and everything. So.
Oh, this is the one where Chris tried to guard him.
Yeah, man.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
Oh, I had my mask on, too, so that subtracts like 5 overall points. So, you know, I wasn't breathing
Who
right.
Who shot that?
Oh, I don't know. Look at this dumb shot.
Oh, Lord.
Man, I tagged it behind. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of figured you guys were. Yo.
Why you pose Chris like that, bro?
Come on, bro. He did it to himself.
Turnover for Chris.
Come on.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog.
Come on now.
Come on, man.
Basket.
Is that Tim? Yeah. Who's Jokic?
He said, "Who's Jokic?"
That big white boy.
Yo,
Hey, who made that basket? Was that Sam Brown?
Nah. That's a different guy.
Okay.
hold up, man. Hold up,
Trash.
talking. God, oh my God. What you doing with that?
He said,
Hey,
"Oh my
Mike.
god! Oh my god!"
Yo, I thought something crazy was about to happen.
That's
Hey,
tough.
Mike a pure glass cleaner, bro.
He said a pure glass cleaner.
Hey, Tim, bro. You built so thinly, bro. I thought you had a little bit more bass to you, bro.
I think this is the dot that Tim puts in Sterling's eye right here.
Oh no, it's not this one. It's coming up though.
Y'all don't play no defense.
I told you.
Fact, y'all all look like me.
I dedicated my defensive performance to Sam Hood, bruh.
About that.
Hey, first of all, I just want to say, Tim's shot, Tim's dribble package is weak, bro. He dribbled too high. That's easy cookie.
Diamond it.
Hey, Mike a defensive menace.
Oh my. Hold up.
Diamond
Oh
it.
yeah, Chris is doing all the power.
Oh, I don't even remember that shot.
Yeah, he yoinked that one.
Okay, Tim looking like the first overall pick right now.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, he dotted Sterling. Yeah, he dotted Sterling right there.
Oh my.
Oh my god! He dotted
There we go.
that.
Sterling out there for cardio.
Oh, oh yeah. Tim be hooping. That dude does not have any kind of dribble package.
Hey, you see how upright he dribbling, bro?
Yeah, he be hooping though.
He got some practice. He got some moves though.
Flex on that man, bro.
Hey yo.
Hey, you know who might play like, bro? Rubot.
Hey, Keshawn, you got no fantasy points.
Yeah, bro. Hey, bro. I warned y'all. I was present, but I wasn't there. I had none.
Hey,
I didn't do nothing.
Hey, bro.
Yeah, the ball.
Sterling got them glasses on, right?
Hey, hold up. 0 fantasy points.
That boy Rico. Yeah, let me know when you guys are finished when the video goes to black.
We watched it. It's over.
It's over.
Yeah, man. 0 fantasy points for the kid right now.
Yeah, well, look, man. Look, let's.
You down bad.
Hey, bro. All I could say during that game was this.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
I had to agree.
Hey, bro. Look, man. Look.
This is y'all trash.
How can you listen?
I mean,
Sizwe, I did
look,
nothing.
Look, man. Look, hold on. Let me see if I can. We're gonna. Cause we gotta talk about these lack of fantasy points, man.
Oh, for me.
Look. Not just you. Everybody. I mean, look. Tim had 20 fantasy points, bro.
Yeah.
Tim had 6 points, 2 rebounds, and a block. That's 20 fantasy points.
Mm-hmm.
Chris had a rebound and a turnover. I would rather you do nothing. I mean, because honestly, look, the difference between Keshawn doing nothing and Chris trying to do something is small. It's a point.
I just want to let y'all know how elite my presence was. My presence was so good that Chris only looked a hair bit better than me, bro. And he was trying his hardest. As if you could watch the video, I was walking up and down the court.
Yeah, you.
I was lumbering around, very slacking, like
sauntering.
Yes, bro. Very, very uninterested. Especially with, I think my attitude was blown when Chris had that turnover at the beginning of the game. If y'all saw me shaking my head and walking away.
Hey, Sam, Hood, and Sizwe, since y'all wasn't there, let me get y'all thoughts on what y'all just saw, man.
All right, so I think Tim is a hooper. Tim is like, you can definitely tell he's hoop. I mean, other than that, it kind of just looked like regular basketball. Nobody playing defense, typical, pick up basketball. But
Sterling,
yeah, Tim keeps like his dribble down, bro. Like, he's a solid player. He's not terrible. And Mike is pretty good, but everybody else, I'm disappointed as much trash y'all be talking in the chat. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Like, a lot of y'all virtually weren't there, and that's tough.
What do you mean?
Yeah, look, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, they look, anytime like Tim and them would just get up the court and score. That's why the game was 3 minutes long. Like, come on, bruh. Come on. Like and granted, oh, we got another guest coming through. Give me a sec.
Can't really get a good too big of a sample size.
Ladies and gentlemen,
True.
we've got one of the other participants here other than Keshawn, bruh. We got Sterling McKee of the She Fanatics here, man. What's going on, bruh? What's up, man? Hey, man, look.
What's up, Semi Ojale?
Hey, bro. Look.
Where's Chris at is my question, bruh.
Down bad.
That's
all down
that's
bad.
what I
Hey,
want
bro,
to hear,
you
bro.
got to understand, bro.
Hold on. Everybody, hold on, because I actually want to ring this man to see if he's gonna pick up. He picked up.
What's up, man?
Hey,
Did you already discuss how Chris was trying to coach?
Hey, nah, we didn't. So I want to bring this up. So
Wait,
Hood,
Mike,
Wait, hold on. Real quick, before y'all say anything,
Because
I'm driving right now, so I need to know, are y'all doing this for the podcast right now, or is this an actual phone call?
This is the podcast.
we're live, buddy.
Okay, so I won't say nothing crazy then. All right, go ahead. Say what y'all got to say.
Listen, Sterling can vouch for it, and Sizwe and Hood. If y'all can see the video, y'all seen that tall white guy, right?
Oh yeah, that was legit. Like Jokic out there, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
bro. So he's standing about 6'5", about 250, bro. Yo, Chris is trying to get on me and Sterling for guarding this man. So I just want to let y'all know. So anyone who's played post offense and stuff like that, if a dude has his forearm like on your back, what post move are you more than likely doing to score?
hey, bro, we hitting that power dribble off of him, bro. We going crazy. Go straight up, spin off of it.
Okay, so you can go straight up. You not spinning off of it though?
So that's what I said. You can spin off of it.
Like
yeah.
a spicy pea spin?
I mean, like, Leo, he's got his forearm on your back, bro. You can just slide right off of that if you just spin off of it. So, I mean, like, Chris is trying to explain to give a bump to him and stuff like that. So you saw in that game, Chris tried to guard Jokic out there, as we like to call him. And I keep telling Chris, yo, you wasn't stopping that man. They were just not passing him the ball.
They literally were running fast breaks.
Really, the only thing,
That's what it did look like.
bro, the only thing I want to know is why did you travel when you first got the ball in the beginning of the game?
Yo, like, you had a turnover, bro. Like, no one.
Bro, you got the ball, you dribbled, you took one step, and then you hop stepped, and then moved your pivot foot.
Hey,
If that is not a bro,
Hey, bro, come on now, dog.
bro.
Come on, man.
And I know Sterling and Keshawn were looking at you like,
Listen to me when I say this. You are trash.
Bruh, it's the only registered turnover in the game, bruh. The only registered turnover.
hey, Chris.
You about to get all the smoke and take so many punches to finish up and get off the rope.
Listen, I was there physically, but I mean, as you can see, we didn't. Yeah, I mean, I ain't really touched the ball like that,
Bro.
but I mean, it's whatever. But
Hey, bro.
I
Hey,
yeah, I was
before we go
definitely
any
not-
further,
What?
before we go any further, I just want to make it known, right? In every other game that Jokic was playing, this man was snapping, a force to be reckoned with. There was nobody on that court that was stopping him. And I'm trying to talk to Stone, I'm trying to talk to Keshawn. Hey, man, try and do something. Put a body on him, bump him, disrupt him. Do something, bro. Whole time I'm talking to these dudes, they're just screaming. There's nothing we can do to stop him. I was thinking about it the past few days, and I realized we cannot coach toughness or mentality, and that's what you cannot coach those things. And then boys was lacking in it, man. Because if you go back and watch that game, I'm putting a body on him. I'm getting up under his hips. I'm backing him right now. As soon as he crossed half court, he not getting nowhere near the basket.
Chris, there's a difference between heart and relevancy. All these things that you just stated.
What?
Bro, there's a difference between heart and relevancy. All these things you just stated, yeah, it looked like you was guarding him with heart. You know, everybody like, yeah, you see the little guy out there trying to house the big man. The funny thing is, they didn't pass him the ball. All
right, so you're only watching for him to do things offensively. He was doing everything on the court every other game. He was rebounding, he's passing, he's scoring. When I stuck him, what was he doing? Only passing it out. If he got a board at that.
Chris, you didn't shut down a man who didn't take part in the game, bro. Like,
bro, he was there, bro. He
literally was just there, bro. That game, he was just there. Now, granted, don't sit here and act like you weren't fouling either. And this is coming from your teammate at that point in time.
Hey, bro, look. Chris turned the ball over.
Like, how you recording a turnover?
And then you got blocked. You got blocked by your brother.
Hey man,
Bro, you took
you
took a terrible contested. You know what you did? You took a pro-am contested shot.
That was a bad shot. I'll give you that.
Bruh, yo, not to mention in another game that isn't recorded right now, I'm running down the court. Chris is stolen the ball, and I'm wide open for a right-handed layup, bruh. Chris pulls this jump shot for no reason, and I'm clearly in front of him, like waiting for the ball to lay the ball up. He shoots it. He bricks it. We're going back the other way.
Hey, look, let me say this, bro. Let me give a special shout out to Mike Thompson, bro.
Oh, hell yeah.
Cause look, man was holding it down there, bro. Him and Big Yoke, man. Look, Mike had 4 points and 2 rebounds. I just want that to be noticed. Literally, Mike and Tim had most of their team's points.
Yeah, it was like Mike was out there hooping, man. Like,
bro,
you felt like he was like all old and stuff.
Literally, forget about any of the other players on the other team. Literally, you both refused to stop 2 other flunkies from getting what and wherever they needed to, and that's what makes this whole thing hilarious.
I'm kind of mad Tim hit the dribble pull up in my mid.
Oh, yeah, the way that Tim walked that ball up, he was channeling his inner Paul George on that one, bro.
Definitely was, bro.
Yo, like,
and I closed out at the right time. He just missed.
You reached on him something stupid though the one time, and he just spun off.
I mean, high key, it was a good contest, but the fact that he just hit it. He just
dotted you.
Bladoo.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Sterl was getting cooked like crab legs.
All right, don't do that. Don't do that.
That joint was bad, bro. Tim started getting microwaved instantly.
Hey, Sizwe and Hood, bro. So now that y'all have seen some footage, because I know, we talk about, obviously it's a NBA basketball group chat and page and all that or whatnot. So we always obviously talk about a lot of basketball either through the app or what we're seeing in real life or how we all play, bro. So let me ask y'all this. Who you taking? First pick overall if we all got on the court and played, bro. From the people that you've just seen play, out of the 5 people, who you taking first?
Right. It got to be Tim, number 1. Like, I think that's the most obvious pick.
I'm taking Mike, and here's why.
Thank you.
Thank you. He don't need the ball. I'm a ball dominant guard, you know what I'm saying? I don't need Tim taking my touches.
Oh, first off, you think I was gonna let if I drafted TC, I was gonna let him run point guard? He would be off ball. I would pick some other guard or something, but so Tim, like, I think you pick up. I think you just want all around guys who can do everything, kind of thing. And I think Tim kind of fits that mold, like pass, dribble, shoot. Because people like Mike, bro, you just pick and roll them to death, and then it's just
but you saw the rebound he got.
Yeah, true, but we don't plan on missing. So he'll get rebounds for like.
Oh, you said you don't plan on missing. All right, Hood.
Yeah, we don't plan on missing.
All right, Hood.
All right, so you got your first round pick. Who gets picked the last?
Ooh, that's a good question. Yeah,
Dang,
who would be out of these 5 people or 4 now that you've already picked? Who is your last pick?
Dang. It might be Chris. It might be Chris. Like, I think even though Sterling was getting wet up, bro, the entire clip.
Come on now, dog.
Hold on. What you say?
Come on, man.
Sterling, you was getting blasted that whole clip, bro. But I think you have basketball IQ. I don't know about Chris.
Whole game. All right, hold on. So in my defense, most of that game I was being an off-ball defender, trying to stop this man, or at least slow him down and keep him at bay. So of course I'm not worried about trying to get the ball, trying to do nothing else. I'm just trying to slow this man down. That was my task the whole game. All game, intangibles. That was me. So in all fairness, I'll give you that. If you want to take me last, that's cool. I'm more of a defensive player. I'm more of a fundamental player. That's fine. Whatever.
Defense.
No, I'll leave that there.
Hear me out.
He said, bro, Sterling
You
said.
about to get all the smoke and take
You know what?
so many punches, the fans yelling, get off the ropes.
You know what? Chris just convinced me, bro. Because I don't like playing defense. If Chris wants to play defense, I'll take him. You know what? I'll take, yeah.
Hood, he gonna foul out within the first 2 minutes, bro.
Bro, you can't pick up, bro.
You said,
Bro, I promise you, bro. Anybody who plays the best offense on the other team, put me on him. Put me on him. I'll make your job easier as my
you ain't
team.
never gonna get the ball back because they just
Listen,
gonna call down every
I promise
possession.
y'all, bro. I've known this man for years, and I have played against him numerous times. When I tell you Chris's ideal of defense is dislocating an arm.
All right, look. Out of everybody here, who's the worst defender then? Like, whoever just played, who's the worst defender?
I'm gonna have to say Keshawn because he's out of shape.
I gotta go Sterling. I
Son
ain't
look
gonna
like
lie.
he can't defend.
I
All due
can
respect, I gotta go Sterling.
defend when I'm playing for real.
Keshawn's just out of shape, bro. That's why I gotta say.
The worst defender? That's a good question.
Maybe that bad.
Well, whoever's the worst defender, that's why I would take last because I don't play defense. So I need somebody to offset that.
It's gotta be Chris, bruh.
What?
Oh,
It's gotta.
I'm trying to tell you, bro.
Bro, because okay, so this was one of the games that we played that wasn't on camera. It was towards the end of the night, and Chris was killing them kids. Basically, it was basically kids.
He was hacking them.
You are hacking, and like I was talking to one of the guys who I was playing against. I'm like, yo, he is hacking them. I told him if I was the I call foul every single time. We're not getting the ball back unless someone does something that we're.
One guy said
Chris
he
ain't on,
rolled.
bruh.
One guy said he almost rolled his ankle after being chest to chest with Chris.
Hold on. In all fairness, it's because that man was flimsy, bro. I ain't got nothing else to say about
You
that.
were
No, you're
trying
both
to
flimsy,
murder
bro.
him.
That boy, 100 pounds.
You know that I'm talking about.
Yo, Chris is the only one who will sit there and say, "Oh, you just got to be tougher," when he's trying to daggone near take your head off.
Like
I'm just
basically.
saying, bro. People scared of contact. That's all I'm saying. For one, people scared of contact, and two, you can't coach toughness, bro. You can't coach toughness.
I wanna answer that last part of that question, RJ. In terms of like flunkies and things like that. What I was, upon watching the footage, what I was most disappointed about was that the flunkies were not the best players on the court.
Hey,
I'm
so I'm gonna keep this a whole.
That is sad, bro.
Wait, I'm gonna keep this a whole spade, bro.
Sizwe said this, bro.
You
he's not wrong.
Yo,
He said that to everybody.
Yo, so no cap, bro. I do want to sit here and say this because as far as the team that had me and Sterling and Chris was there, we didn't really see the ball. If you noticed, like I didn't shoot the ball.
We had 2 play shots, bro.
Sterling didn't shoot the ball. So
From that footage, bro, all the flunkies are role players.
When I tell you, they was just chucking up shots. I was like, you can't really put no points on the board without the ball. So I mean,
how does it feel for y'all to be named Gary Trent, Semi Ojale, Peyton Pritchard? You name all the role players, bro. You got it, bro. Sure, you distract Biombo. Y'all ain't no star players. So all these comparisons we do, like, Hood got like a Damian Lillard type game, or Keshawn practice. Nah, we only doing that for 7th men now, bro. None of y'all commanded the team, bro.
Bro, there was
I ain't gonna lie, bro. His laugh is killing me in my ears right now, bro.
Hey, bro,
this laugh gotta go.
Sizwe, no cap, bro. You look at the possessions we had. Was there any opportunity to command the ball? Because I'll be honest, the ball was in the air before we could even say anything.
Listen, I'm still watching. I'm still looking at it, bro.
Hey, Sterling, Karan, and Langston, bro.
You would draft Sterling from Bills, like bro got like his calves you can see through his tights, but like he's Semi Ojale on the court, bro. He just cardio. So I need to see more data.
essentially, bro. Because this was our greatest performance.
You know what? You know what? I agree 100%. You got to see more data. I agree with that. I'm.
Ain't no way.
Totally agree. Totally.
I just want to say. I listen to be my final point. But the Flunkies are, the ones that were out there, seemed like they had more size than the randoms. Y'all got up that court slow.
Oh my God!
And to be fair, that wasn't a full size court. That was not full size.
Exactly, bro. Give me that ball, bro.
I'm out of shape too.
For 3 dribbles, bro. That's all it takes.
Just to be sure, just to be accurate, I feel like you should say who you're talking about. Unless you're talking about all of us, then that's fair.
Nigga, I know I wasn't up the court, bro. You could tell by my demeanor. I was not
Body language,
hey, bro. Look,
Chris, you got your jump shot.
Chris turned the ball over, and it just blew my whole mood. I said, yeah, I can tell how this game about to go, bro. Yo, like
just like the pro am, bro.
Bulls leaving people open. Like, I was sitting there guarding the man who ended up screening me, bro. And then there's a whole dude jump shooting just wide open. I'm like, well, I guess I gotta go try and put a hand up.
Yeah, he was wide open.
Yo, like, wide open, and no one was guarding him.
Yeah, what kind of blown?
What was that?
Yeah, what kind of blown defense was that?
So I know. Wait. You talking about when I had the ball wide open, or you talking about somebody else?
You just folded. That's all you did, and that's when you turned the ball over.
Oh my God!
So anyway, I'm talking about once we got back on defense. I was over here guarding the man who's quote unquote screening me, and I'm thinking, all right, there's going to be someone over here guarding this dude who is literally trying to and one hoop mixtape everybody. And no one decided to cover him. He gets the ball wide open, and I have to just go out there and a little try and attempt to
who are you talking about? Who are you talking about?
He's talking. If you go back and watch the footage, it was the dark skinned guy who had I think he had the mask on. Yeah.
Right. Yo, he was wide open, bro.
He was completely open.
No one was there.
Like, no one was there. Like, Keshawn got out there, but he got out there too late. There's supposed to be someone there, and there just wasn't.
Like, I can only do with so much there. It's just like you just want me to look like I did something.
Hey, the only thing I can say about that, bro, find your man. Because you know who I was focused on the whole game. Kevin Love. Find your man.
Bro, you called him Kevin Love, bro?
Yeah, that's what they call him. That's what they call him. I'm just going whatever Kevin Love, whatever y'all call him. That's what I'm.
Bro,
find your man.
Bro, look. I'm letting you know this. You did nothing to Jokic out there.
Go back and count his stat line. And then count your man's stat line.
I'm looking at the
play,
bro.
Stat line.
I'm looking at the play, bro. And he burnt you on the one possession they had, bro. And you was back already.
On one, and that was it.
But he
was already back. That's my question.
6'5", 250 had burnt. What's your height and weight, bro?
We ain't gonna go into that. I'll take my height.
You got burnt by 6'5", 250, bro.
On one
and he was light
he was jogging, bro. He put no effort in those strides, bro. You got burnt by 6'5", 250. It'd be another thing if you wasn't running like me, because I just blatantly didn't run.
I would love to see this continue. This needs to be a series, you know what I'm saying?
We gotta keep doing this. Look, like I said, really what I want to do, this would be the most ideal situation, is there's one, maybe if we're lucky, 2 times in a year where just about everyone can come together and we all do like, not exactly like a getaway or retreat, but we all just, we all get together and, we spend time, we hoop. And do whatever stuff whatever it is flunkies do, whatever we would want to do, and just kind of have.
Gonna go and Sam's gonna sell a shirt at the retreat.
Yo, I mean, look, anything could happen, but most importantly, the most important reason that we would do that is probably for 2 reasons: is to draft our team, and then number 2 would be to actually play basketball. So that would be the most ideal time to do something like that, is when we're hooping, but most importantly it would be just for us to just kind of get together. So one day I would love for that to happen, but we're gonna have to see how we can make that happen. But yeah, for sure, I really want this to be a continuous thing.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully next time I can get a better idea. Because like I said, on my draft big board right now, it's a pretty interesting lineup. You know what I'm saying? We'll have to see what's going on.
We're gonna have to see who's all on each other's
That
drafting
game
board.
went super fast too, so I'll give you all the benefit of the doubt. That game was
Yeah, man.
That game was quick. I'm gonna have to see a game of 15. I'm gonna need to get a game of 15 because people ending with one fantasy point, bro. That's tough.
I mean, look,
I'll say this. So,
that probably still would have happened regardless of if it went to 15 or if it went to 4 or if it went to 5.
I'll say this though.
Yeah, the regular full court.
It's off camera, but me and Sterl were a lot more active in other games. So
But that don't count for this.
it don't
bro.
matter.
Yeah,
It
look,
don't count. We was a lot more active.
Apparently,
That was just something
we need
show up.
empirical
Very
evidence
disappointing.
on everything. So that's gonna be.
I can kind of speak on that. I think here's my personal take when it comes to Sterling and Keshawn playing anybody who isn't one of them. They do not try hard enough, bro. Unless they're playing each
Bro,
other,
that's
they
the
refuse to go hard enough.
That's the first time Keshawn played in like 6 or 7 months. That's the first time I played in like 3 months.
Same thing for everybody, bro. We in a pandemic.
So like I'm trying to
just
get my
saying.
so like what you
Listen,
expect,
bro.
bro?
Look,
I mean, look,
I'm
we
just
was all we all
trash.
struggled in those games. Like Lang struggled. Like
Oh yeah.
the only
Me
reason
too,
why
me
Tim
too.
and
I'll
Lee's squad
definitely
was
admit.
so good is like
first
that they were just running up and down. Like literally, they would just go get on fast break and then run.
listen, there's a difference
Score.
between playing hard and playing smart. Chris don't play smart.
And y'all don't play hard, but I respect it anyway.
No. Hold on. I play hard when there's need to play hard. And at that point in time, when we were seeing you turn that ball over and all these bricked and rush shots, like I'll be honest, when I seen all these rush jump shots getting put up, I was just like, well, dang, we can't even sit there and work the ball around. Because by the time the ball goes up, quote unquote, past half court, it's in the air. You can't even think about it.
Wait. In all fairness, what we not gonna do is act like I had the ball all game because I ain't take any more than 7 shots all day. So we not gonna act like I'm just shooting willy nilly.
Bro.
Chris, you took more than
hey,
7
look,
shots.
hey, look,
Trying,
go
bro,
to
there's
the
only
beginning
so
of the
much that I
game.
can mess
If you want proof of what happened, go to the beginning of the game where Chris got a rebound and tried to lay the ball up over 3 people. Like that was supposed to be a good shot,
Right, yo,
and
it was a
then
terrible
and
idea.
then you turned around right after. Look, the video footage is there. We caught you in 4K.
Right, no cap.
The video footage is there. The video footage is there. We caught you in 4K. Bro, not only did you get a rebound, which it was a good rebound. You got a good rebound, but then immediately put it up. Not only did you do that, but Keshawn threw you a ball. It was a bad pass, but he threw it to you nonetheless. And you decided to put the ball up, and then Tim blocked you. So to me, that's enough.
bro. If we did on the pro-am,
Those are pro-am shots that Chris would take.
Where I had got that ball in there, and then I passed out to Chris. I was like, yo, there's no way in hell I'm putting this layup up.
You should have put it up. I mean, for all that.
I was in no. Well, yeah, for the end result that.
What you should have did is you got the ball and just put it up on the other side instead of because you had the yoke boy behind you. All you had to do was put it up on the other side, and you would have made the basket. But instead,
I passed it out.
you passed. I mean, it wasn't a wrong move. It was. First off, it just wasn't a good pass. But nonetheless, Chris decided that it was still a good idea to put it up. So, I think those are 2 great examples of not smart ball.
Yeah,
not smart ball.
It definitely wasn't. And I can admit that.
Yeah, those are like
most hurt. Listen, man.
those are like your best comparison at the moment. And Sizwe is gonna get upset that I said this. It's the struggling Kelly Oubre. It's not good Kelly Oubre. It's struggling Kelly Oubre.
Hey, look, I'm gonna be honest, bro. Looking at what happened out there with our team, bro. It wasn't a matter of heart that got us beat. It was a matter of brains that got us beat because they were just smarter. How is that cap? Chris, there was a man wide open. And no one guarded him.
I think a lot of those plays, there's a lack of heart. There's a very strong lack of heart.
Smarter.
I don't even think it was that, Chris said. I think it's just in shape because I just watched the game over again, and yeah, there's like no half court offense. It's just fast break, pick come off a screen, shoot. It's just all fast.
And Hood, if you look at our team, bro, the shot is already put up as soon as one person steps over half court. There ain't no.
Yeah.
Listen, man, I ain't see one pass on the one possession Langston shot, bro.
Yeah, I didn't see nothing either. And Karan had hoisted something up. I'm just like, you can't really contribute where you're not able to do anything. It's just like, hey,
right.
I'm far away removed from the basket to get a rebound, or I'm nowhere with the ball in order to score.
Right.
Well, nonetheless, this was a really great opportunity to see more different kinds of footage that we can really provide here in our fantasy league. And one day we're going to have to do something like one-on-ones when it gets a little warmer. I think that'd be really interesting to see, even though, it don't prove exactly much, but I think it'd be another fun piece of content to have other than us all trying to get together. This is another topic that I did want to cover. Quick or fast, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be a very long one, but in your opinion, we're approaching the halfway point in our league. In your opinion, who is on your NBA flunkies? We're talking flunkies right now. Who is in your NBA flunkies All-Star starting five?
Jokic.
Yeah, Jokic is definite across. That should be definite across the board.
He's a shoe-in.
Flunkies MVP, yes sir.
Okay, so Jokic is one. Okay, so he would be your five.
Yeah, but high key,
Yeah.
I gotta say we're doubling up big men because Joel Embiid's been wild.
Yeah.
I'm half and half on Embiid because injuries. He's playing great, but because he can't stay healthy, I don't think it almost makes that alone makes you almost not want to do it.
Well, like I said, we're just talking all-stars. So it's like we're not saying like who are you taking for the rest of the season. We're just saying like who would be your all-star starting five right now. So I mean, if that's still a reason for you, then that's a pretty good reason.
Yeah, I still think that's my reason for not wanting him in my top five.
Bro, he's just one player of the month.
Okay, so
Him and Jokic just one player of the month.
Who is the okay? So if it's not Embiid, and we all agree that I think Jokic is pretty unanimous in my opinion. Who is the other person you're taking then, Chris?
Ooh, see, I feel like I'm not a good person to ask that right now because I'm also driving, so I can't like look at any typical any particular stats.
I mean, we've been in here for like almost 8 weeks. I would be surprised if you couldn't think of something off the top of your head. But he wants
the NBA so bad.
Look, over Embiid, I would probably pick Sabonis just because.
Sabonis,
and they're getting that same production.
Great pick.
And he's going to be playing all the time.
Agreed.
Okay, so we got Sabonis here. All right, so I think the number 5 is pretty much shored up, in my opinion. And like I said, this is just another personal opinion. I like Sabonis in there. For me, up until this point, I'm putting Julius Randle up there. If I had to have an all-star like starting 5. I think I would lean more towards Embiid, but I think Randle, just because of how important he is to the Knicks organization, he's for sure got to be up there. So we've got Jokic, we've heard Embiid, we've heard Sabonis, we've heard Randle. So I think those pretty much cover like the big men, and then we've got the small forward, power forward kind of section.
This one's a little bit harder, but Jaylen Brown, is he guard or forward? But Jaylen Brown definitely.
He's a combo guard forward.
He's both. Yeah.
But it does depend on like how you'd want to do that.
Yeah, structure. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a primary shooting guard. I'll say that.
Yeah. Yeah, so let's try and move like this. So we've heard a lot of things at the 5. So we've heard things like Jokic, Embiid, Sabonis, and Julius Randle.
Oh, we didn't even put Drummond in there either.
Oh, Drummond would be, yeah. Drummond's got Vucevic.
Oh,
Jeez.
yeah, Jesus.
Bro.
Yo, we almost wilded on the number 5 position.
Yeah,
I think
all those jokes I made about Vucevic too, bro. It's just like it's coming back.
Chris should have
I
drafted
got it
him
week
again.
one.
Chris should have drafted him again if he had the chance. It's all
No,
good.
no lie.
Okay,
Hold on, can I make a statement real quick before we keep going forward?
go ahead.
So I think we like when talking about this topic, we're gonna have probably more centers and bigs that we can probably offer up. Like it's gonna be like harder to decide on somebody like that again because of the system. So this is something that we were kind of looking at like once the season was kind of starting, like when people were drafting their team. How is that going to play into how people do in terms of their fantasy when it comes to rebounding, in terms of steals, in terms of block? Because as you guys know, blocks are now 4, rebounds are I think 3 versus whether they're offensive or defensive. And I think everything else is 2 except for foul shots. So when it comes to that, there's going to be so many more people to pick from that are actually doing good at the big positions versus guard, I think. Of course, 3s are still worth more as well, but let's also keep that in mind too.
Listen, let me just say
I
something.
mean-
Jokic has 147 fantasy points. So that's my story.
But let's be honest. Like, while I agree with that, kind of, Luka Doncic, who's a 2, technically a 1 or 2 guard, he's like second in overall points, and I think he's second in overall average for any player in the league. So I could see why we could offer up more bigs, but I still think it's worth it. So we're gonna move on to the number 4 spot. Who would you guys have there at that position? Seeing the fact that we named so many 5 people who could play the 5.
Oh man, I thought my Sabonis thing was for the 4, bruh.
So let's move Sabonis and Randall into the 4. We're gonna keep Embiid, Jokic, Drummond, and Vucevic at the 5. Who else would you have at the number 4? Because I feel like the 5, those 4
Number
bigs.
1 for the 4. The number overall 4th pick is Giannis at the 4.
Yeah.
Is Giannis.
Oh man, I forgot about that, man. Yeah. You also got to mention AD then too.
I mean, but AD fantasy wise, he's been kind of unavailable.
Stop it.
I want to talk about Anthony Davis. Let's please talk about Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis right now is having one of his most down years of his prime that he's had. Allow me to elaborate. That's very true. That's very true. Even looking at his fantasy production, he's getting like what, 88.6 compared to, I don't know what he was doing last year, but I'm positive it was more than that. And I was trying to say this in the group chat previously too. For somebody who's as dominant as Anthony Davis is, he's having a lackluster year. Like his normal game of what is like considered like his normal game is considered an anomaly for anybody else. It's extremely well. So the fact that he's only putting up, I think, 22 and 8 right now, it might be. I think he might be getting a little bit more points than that. But the fact that he's getting those low averages is not a good look. I would not put Anthony Davis in my top 5 this year for All Stars because he's down from what he normally does.
Okay, I could see why you'd say that.
I mean, we're looking at availability as far as when it came to AD.
I mean, but that's always been a thing. I mean, 88 fantasy points a game is what we're calling a down year. So that's, I mean, and that's what it was right now. It was 90 when I had him. So you could there's a good argument to be made about AD. Granted, I think in their defense, and we've heard it even before the season started, is that LeBron and AD were going to pretty much be on cruise control for the most part. So I do think that their lack of care, at least for now, in my opinion, would play into a reasoning why I could believe something like that. I mean, they don't care, and honestly, they don't have to care. Like I think like a week ago, they were effortlessly the number 1 team in the West. Like it was pretty effortlessly. So I think that they're just taking things slow, and I don't think there's any problem with that. especially when you're already a champ. It's like you all are trying to compete to where we're at. So you've got to come out every night, and you've got to come out and prove something. So that's Harrison Barnes at 95 fantasy points tonight. There's no beating Aaron's team when Harrison Barnes has 95 fantasy points in the night. That's crazy. Did you guys have any other fours that you wanted to put? We've got Sabonis, Randall, Giannis, and AD. I think that's a pretty good.
I want to say that's about it. I can't think of anyone out.
I want to throw one more in there.
Don't say
I think might be a little bit controversial. Some people might agree. Some people might disagree. I'm going to go Tobias Harris. The reason why I'm saying Tobias Harris, this man is doing exceptionally well in Doc Rivers' Sixers offense. And on top of that, Doc is doing a great job with coaching.
The Philly is jumping out. The Philly is jumping out.
No, I was just about to say, bro.
So we're just going to ignore Kevin Durant?
He's putting up.
I would consider Kevin Durant in the 3.
I had him at the 3.
I think Tobias Harris.
All right, so we're just going to completely ignore Kevin Durant off an Achilles injury.
Nah.
Averaging 30 a night like it's nothing.
I wanted him at the 3.
I think Tobias Harris is in separate right now.
But I even think Tobias is a 3. So I mean, if we want to go straight into the 3s, the 3 positions.
So we're closing the door on the 4s.
I mean, Sabonis, Randall, Giannis, and AD. It really ain't no one else.
Yeah.
So you can't.
I mean, what Christian Wood?
Not Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant is a 3.
We just said he's at the 3.
I'd love to put Christian Wood up there, but Wood just got hurt. But this is Flunkies based All Star, so I guess Wood could be up there.
Jeremy Grant.
I don't want him.
That's the thing, bro.
Yo, I don't like him.
He's just falling off a cliff.
Yeah, bro. Like
I think he's
at least with Christian Wood. At least with Christian Wood, he's sustained 2 injuries. 2 of the same injuries.
Came back hooping.
And he's still, when he plays, he hoops. That's my big thing. But what's his name? Grant. He's just falling off a cliff.
I don't think I would say Jeremy Grant. The only reason why I would say that is because even though he's on my team, I think I wouldn't say him just because as far as somebody I can't take away from that he's having a great year right now. But as far as he has that experience as being a high level production player, I don't think he has it in him to keep this up continually. This might be sabotaging my own team, but as like somebody speaking basketball right now, I don't think he has somebody I don't think he has it in him to keep it up continuously. Not understanding how he was like earlier this year. Because if you watch him, I think he's continuously kind of getting frustrated with that Pistons offense because at the same time, even though like their team is pretty much wide open for anybody to do whatever, he doesn't have as much help as he should. And I think that's getting to him as well. Coming from a Nuggets team like that last year.
I would have to disagree.
Hold on, I got a question though. I know it's kind of off topic. I don't know if you guys discussed it earlier, but what do you guys think about the NBA actually having an All-Star game? I don't know if you guys talked about that earlier.
Before we jump over there, since Sterling can't keep his mind clear, I just want to throw away that we missed Gobert in the conversation. He should definitely be in the 5.
Oh Jesus!
But no, he's in the for a reason. Okay, never mind. Moving on to the 3s.
I mean, hold on.
Gobert.
Bro, he should be missed. Just like it is what it is, bro.
I think
like there's games. Bro, there's literally games, especially recently. He's literally just been like bored to nothing else, bro. Like,
yeah,
I'm
gonna keep Gobert off. He's not all-star material in my opinion.
Yeah, it wasn't like those 20 and 15 games he was putting up like earlier. It's nowhere near like that.
This is a interesting segue. I didn't think we were gonna get into thoughts on the All-Star game, but let me say something about that, and you guys feel free to pitch in. I think it is weird, and after fully having evaluated the situation, I think that it's weird that the NBA, and this is why I was so against the NBA doing this in the first place, which was before the season started saying we're not having an All-Star game. We're not interested in having one. It's not going to happen. it's like, why would you shut the door on something like that when we don't know how the season is going to take place? Like I've told y'all and I've told a couple other people this past week, the NBA had 0 COVID positive cases, at least before they were reported. But like, no, not before, but when things were reported, they had 0 COVID positive cases. So to me, that's a huge win, especially because it was so hectic a couple weeks ago. So they've gone in a downward progression all the way till they've gotten to 0. But my thing is why would you shut the door on something like that before the season started? Because now you've basically told your best players in the league, we're not going to do this. And out of nowhere, hey, we're gonna have an All-Star game. Let's all be happy about that. As a fan, I'd love to see it, but you guys literally said one thing before the season started, and now that we're in the throes of it, now you just want to go back on that. If I was LeBron James or any other star, I would be upset and wouldn't want to do it either. But as a fan, I'm always gonna be like, yeah, more basketball. Let's see it. Let's do it. So that's where my opinion kind of lies at the moment.
Granted, I'd like to see an All-Star game. Everybody loves watching the All-Star game. It's something you don't want to miss and something you really don't want to see not happen this year. But I do agree with I think Giannis and Kawhi both commented on it. But I think it's a money thing when it comes to the league right now. Like, it's not advised that they play this game personally. I mean, especially with the fact that, like, contract tracings are happening to, like, numerous teams. And, God forbid a certain player who might be in the All-Star game has that. Now it affects almost every single team in the league because you've got the best players in the world gathered in one environment. And who's to say who gets it and where it spreads back to? I mean, it could be a catastrophe as far as, if somebody has it. You could have one player have it, 2 players have it, and 2 players becomes 4 or more, and then it starts to actually dismantle teams. And now the league, who's looking to get some of that revenue back by playing this season, could be even in more danger because if it spreads back to all these other teams, now what? You're losing even more money.
Yes, I agree with that. I don't think it even should have gotten to this point. I will say, however, the NBA has just been super strict outside of this Kevin Durant thing, of which I still don't know what to make of it. I really have no idea what to make of it. It's like, okay, they said he was being contract traced, so he wasn't going to play. Then he comes up and shows up on the bench out of nowhere, actually gets in the game. Then they say he's not in it, and then they say now he can come back. He can't come back till Friday, so it's like I don't understand anything about that situation. But I just think the NBA, for the most part, has been super strict about their rules and enforcing those rules. And if you violate the rules, you'll pay a fee or a consequence for it. I actually think they've been the most strict.
You said pay a fee and consequence? Something that we don't do with Javon? That's interesting.
Oof.
Yes.
We haven't heard from him in some days, right? We haven't heard from him,
y'all
right?
bullied that man.
No, we didn't bully him. We didn't bully him.
Bullied this man.
Hey,
And
look,
then-
bro. He couldn't keep it real himself. So we did the job.
Nah, y'all bullied this man and then turned around and put him in your alliance.
Look. We're jumping around because that's gonna be the next topic. But, does anyone else have any thoughts about this All-Star business so that we can? Because I do want to get back to this All-Star thing, and then I want to dive right into that. No? Okay, perfect. So who's your small forwards at the moment?
KD and Bron are top of that list.
Yeah,
I might,
KD.
I might throw Paul George in
Hell
there,
yeah,
too.
throw Paul George.
Paul
on there.
George. I'm throwing Kawhi in there. He's got to be there.
Kawhi, to me, I don't know why, but I guess Paul George's like play has just been something so crazy. I completely like haven't noticed Kawhi playing crazy well. That's just me personally.
He's been hooping
At
like,
all.
He's been hooping. Like, yeah, go look at his numbers. Yo,
Yeah, both of them are in 50, 40, 90 right now, but I've noticed more out of Paul George just because of the fact I think being under that pandemic P microscope that many people have him under.
Yeah.
That dude, his play is glaring, and So
I agree with that, and it sometimes might take those types of things to really humble somebody. But he's been playing super solid as of right now. I think for me, and I'd like to hear what y'all thoughts are. He hasn't played much, but I'm putting Jason Tatum up there.
JT.
I just think he just has such all-star kind of energy and power, and maybe potential to grow that even more. I just think he is just such a superstar. He doesn't have many weaknesses in his game. I'm putting Jason Tatum up there, even though he hasn't played too much. Would love to see him play more though. But he's been playing since he came back from the.
I like.
So I don't think there's any more. I don't think there's any more threes.
I don't think there's.
I was gonna say Hayward, but I don't know.
Oh, Hayward, yeah,
Hayward's,
for sure.
Hayward's worth being up there.
And I think we can't discount what this man has done. He's been under the radar this year. I think Kelly Oubre is an all-star for sure.
Goodbye.
I'm good, love. Enjoy.
Kelly Oubre, you know what I'm saying? He put up great numbers.
We're on to the 2 guard spot.
Yeah, we're gonna step over that.
Actually, hold on.
Gingerly.
Tobias Harris.
Oh yeah, Tobias.
Yes.
I said we were gonna put him in the 3. Yeah, sorry Kelly, not this year.
Not at all.
But hey, shout out to he just had a 40 ball. Granted,
Big
it's
bucket.
against the Mavericks, so everybody's been putting up career numbers on the Mavericks. But nonetheless, he had 40. He had like 40 and 12 or something like that. So it was something crazy. So shout out to him. Hopefully that'll be a sign of good things to come because they play them again tonight. But moving on to the 2 guards. First person I'm naming James Harden, Jaylen Brown.
Yuck. You're putting Harden in
James
there.
Harden.
I
Harden.
appreciate you for saying that, Ronjae.
He leads the
Listen.
league in assists.
He leads the league in assists. That's exactly why
I literally thought the first one would have been Bradley Beal.
Yes, Beal should be the first one. In my
Jaylen Brown and then Bradley Beal.
No, bro.
Bro, I do not like this Harden put up here.
I agree. I would agree with RJ, but Bradley Beal can't win games.
Jaylen Brown and them's been winning more games. And granted,
Bro,
I would put
Jaylen
Bradley
Brown,
Beal
okay.
above James Harden, but James Harden's on this list. Go ahead.
I'd love to put Donovan Mitchell on this list.
Mitchell been hooping though.
Mitchell
It's
been
just
playing
been a lot.
Stop it.
He been
Stop
crazy.
it. Stop it right now. Stop it right now, bro.
He been hooping, but it's on the low though. So, bro, they just won a little bit.
Donovan Mitchell?
I would not
Just
put
won
Donovan
their
Mitchell
last
at
13
all.
games, bro.
I would not put Donovan Mitchell.
He played.
Donovan Mitchell
he played
started
too.
out horribly to start the season. Horribly.
He plays the
Bro,
2.
they
Mm-hmm.
just won 12 out of their
plays
last
point guard
13
in
games,
Yankees.
bro.
He started his
George Hill ain't
season for his personal game.
weeks.
He started horribly. The team can still win, and somebody still be playing horribly. He started horrible, bro. When he started out the season, I wouldn't have traded nobody for him, bro.
And Grant
Except
started
maybe my lower end
explosive,
players.
and then now he's turned into a dud.
We're not talking about him right now.
Who did y'all mention again?
Huh?
Who did y'all
Donovan
mention?
Mitchell.
Donovan Mitchell. He's always a tough one. He's always a tough one to put up there.
Malcolm Brogdon and Oladipo.
I think Brogdon is going more towards point guard.
Dang.
I wouldn't put
yeah,
him.
I gotta. Yeah, shoot. I didn't think I was gonna have to, but yeah, I gotta put Depot up here. Yeah.
Really? Wow.
I wouldn't have thought over Levine. That's tough, bro.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I was gonna say we cannot forget Zach LaVine.
Yeah.
Zach LaVine.
He will be forgotten come
Harden,
real All-Star time. though.
Jaylen Brown, Bradley Beal, Depot, Levine. Who else did we say that? Who else? I don't. Okay, so let me ask this. Why
Wayne
is
Ellington.
why?
No.
Stop it.
sorry.
Why isn't James Harden supposed to be up here?
I want Keshawn to answer that.
Me personally, I just don't think that Harden deserves it, bro.
Why not?
I just don't think so.
What do you mean?
I just personally though, like, because I'm looking at the entire season how it started. Like when he started in in Houston, he played very lackluster.
That was funny. Good time.
What'd you say? What'd you say? Listen, he just played lackluster. I know he going to probably stay on this list, and he probably get voted into the All-Star game anyway in real life.
Oh, regardless.
Yeah,
it's James Harden.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like some people do get in based off names, but like I mean, he played well. He played well since he's been on the Nets, but it's just like sometimes, you know, I'm just looking at him I'm like, you still the same dude, like who does the same stuff that you did in Houston.
And that's all the more reason to put him up here.
Ooh,
that's all the more reason.
Can I debate this? I want to debate this on the Keshawn. I disagree with him because although you're right that he did start out the season horribly, his very first game that he had was a 40-point game for one. But still, on top of that,
he was
the rest of the games that he did
to
horribly,
be out of Houston. Like
his first game was a 40-point game. What do you mean?
Yes, bro. Yo, he played that game and played phenomenal. But if you understood, like, and what frustrated me was his demeanor in Houston. It's not that you were, it's not that you weren't. He wasn't playing good before, but it's just like, yo, you're not giving your full on effort. Like, an all-star to me is supposed to be able to bring it every single time they out there.
But wait, why does that matter if he doesn't want to be there? He still put up numbers.
Nah, but Keshawn Loki has a point, and the reason why is because James Harden morale is going to play a large part in how well he does on any given team or in any given game. So take for example, right? Like he was saying, with Harden starting out horribly, he didn't want to be there, so he's shooting horribly. He's gaining more weight. He's literally trying to force his way out of there, and he's actually playing worse. But here's why I would make a case for him to actually be on the All-Star list. We know how potent of a scorer James Harden can be. His man was putting up, I think, 38 points a game last season. Once he got traded to the Nets, obviously we all kind of saw how he kind of had his little fall-off moment. He was averaging maybe like 26 or something like that. But he compensated for that by becoming literally the lead assist person, the leading assister in the league. Literally. It doesn't matter if he's scoring or assisting or whatever the case. He's going to make a case for being on the All-Star team regardless of what team he's on. He's that caliber player. He doesn't have to score in order to be that great.
I just think he was gonna be on there regardless. Yeah. It's James Harden.
It is.
Zach LaVine, he deserves to be on here. Finally, now that when Markkanen was here, he was playing really solid. But now that Markkanen is hurt, as you know, right on schedule, as predictable as usual. I just think LaVine is just he's obviously the best player on that team. I don't care who the offense is made for. We're talking about someone who can go out there and get their basket, has entertainment value. LaVine is the best player on the Bulls, and that's why we all know that he's going to be traded before the deadline. All right, moving on to the number one position. We're going to move on to the number one position, bro. We're just going to move on. Actually, we're going to move on to the number one guard position, unless there were anyone else from the shooting guard position. James Harden, Jaylen Brown, Bradley Beal, Victor Oladipo, and Zach LaVine. Sorry, Devin Booker, I can't put you on there.
Good.
I can't put you on there. All right, so the number one guard, obviously Steph Curry is on there. Yeah. Luka Doncic. Damian Lillard.
Dame.
Damian Lillard.
What about
Kyrie?
No.
Kyrie?
I agree.
Kyrie Irving?
I agree.
Look, Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Kyrie Irving. Sam Hood. I need your thoughts. Kyrie Irving, All-Star Flunkies point guard, yes or no?
Yes, but
Thank
I'm
you.
biased.
Thank you.
He's a member.
Thank you. Sizwe. Kyrie Irving, NBA Flunkies All-Star point guard, yes or no?
Who we named so far? I've been waiting on.
Steph Curry, Luka Doncic, Damian Lillard, and now we're at Kyrie Irving.
Dang, we didn't even talk about
of course. Because once you think about who's left in the pool, it's like, okay, you got Ja missed too many games, got to take him out. Jamal Murray hasn't been playing well, take him out. it's only like him and Russ.
You know what? I'm sorry.
Trae Young?
Let me backpedal. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, is he an NBA Flunkies All-Star guard or not?
Not this year.
No.
Okay. Wow.
That's an interesting note. I kind of want to hear why you guys are saying that. I agree, but I want to hear why you guys are saying it.
First off, I don't think he's better than Kyrie, Westbrook, Trae Young. Like, that's not even
he's not even playing better than the Toronto boys, man, Wheat and Lowry. So I'm like, you skipping a lot of steps here.
Well, actually, because Keshawn told me this earlier, that Shai would actually go in the 2-guard position. Is he an all-star? Is he an NBA Flunkies all-star if he's in the 2-guard position?
Yeah, I would replace him with Oladipo.
I wouldn't give it to either of them, honestly. God,
so you mean we've already got Oladipo on the list. You mean to tell me that not only would you not give Shai the nod at the 2-guard position, but you would rather take Oladipo, who's already on our list, and Shai off of our list if it meant putting Shai on the list?
I wouldn't give it to either of them. That's why I was saying I kind of wanted to hear what they were. That's why I kind of wanted to say.
Come on, man.
I wanted to get their thoughts.
Depot was already on the list.
Bro, I would literally take.
Putting up the same stat.
Let me
I would replace Shai with Depot, bro.
Depot has a better record.
Bro, forget that record. Shai had to do everything on LKC, or they would lose.
How dare you say that with Baisley holding up your roster?
Bro, Baisley is as inconsistent as they get, bro.
All right, so let me get to the load.
I mean, but technically, Victor Oladipo is putting up 24 and 5.
So we talking about point guard. Is Russ there? I said yes on Kyrie. So you gonna take Shai over Russ?
Oh, whoa! Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is putting up better numbers than Oladipo.
Bro, exactly.
I thought they were like around the same.
No. Shai is putting up almost 20.
I'm putting Shai Gilgeous-Alexander in the shooting guard position, bruh.
Yo,
I'm sorry,
Shai. Depot, easy.
Shai is putting up 22 points, 6.3 assists, and 5 rebounds, and almost 1 steal a game, and almost a block.
Look, Sizwe, to answer your question, man, is Russell Westbrook on this list? I don't think so.
Not at all.
I don't think he's better than Trae. I would say Trae.
I mean,
but you got
Chris Paul.
Trae and
Chris
Kyrie
Paul,
and Trae. Devin Booker?
No. Chris Paul.
He is shooting.
Malcolm Brogdon.
Chris Paul.
Or Brogdon. Yeah.
Chris Paul, Malcolm Brogdon. Yep.
LaMelo?
No.
Nah.
I don't.
We're not gonna talk about Colin Sexton.
He dropped off, yo. He dropped
I
off.
think Colin Sexton's been kind of down. Yeah, he's been down. I wouldn't give it to him.
Yeah, nah.
Colin Sexton really just I hate to say it because he's from Atlanta. Colin Sexton really just Monte Ellis Jr., bro.
We love Monte over here, bro. We love Monte, bro.
We love Monte, but let's be real,
Simmons?
bro.
Ben Simmons?
Ben Simmons is in there for sure.
Yeah, you kind of have to put Ben Simmons. He's got to.
I'm not that on Ben.
Okay. So let me
Aaron
say
Fox?
this. Let me say this. So I just looked on the point guard position list, and this is really interesting. So as of right now, and just yes or no, Russell Westbrook is not on this NBA Flunkies All-Star list. Yes or no?
He's on my Valley Boy All-Star list. Yes.
That's not important.
Okay, so that means is that no for everyone? Okay, perfect. So in terms of not only fantasy point averages, but just close to total numbers. Oh no, just averages. Trae Young averages more than Fred VanVleet, Malcolm Brogdon, Shai Gilgeous, Kyle Lowry, Donovan Mitchell, Ben Simmons, De'Aaron Fox, Drew Holiday, Chris Paul, Colin Sexton, D'Lo, John Wall, Jamal Murray. So
what's he ranked?
Trae Young is the top. Trae is 5. He's top 5 best point guard in the league.
Let's go hard.
In the NBA Flunkies League. Let me clarify.
Okay,
So,
that's interesting.
Let's go Hawks.
So I think we need to have a serious conversation. And honestly, Trey ain't far away from Kyrie Irving.
That's what I'm saying.
So
In terms of what?
In terms of
Defense.
in terms of fantasy, in terms of fantasy averages, point averages. So let me ask the question again: is Trey Young an NBA Flunkies fantasy all-star point guard?
Of course, he might be a starter. He might be a starter.
Okay, and I wasn't saying that to influence your opinion, but there are some names on this list. Obviously, Kyle Lowry, Malcolm Brogdon, Donovan Mitchell. You could make a claim for De'Aaron Fox, and then obviously Ben Simmons is already on the list. And actually, if we're gonna put Donovan Mitchell is actually a 2-guard.
Yeah, I thought we originally had him there. I thought he made the 2-guard one. Yeah.
We didn't.
I didn't hear anyone say Donovan Mitchell, but I just added him. So he's been hooping, even though he's had a concussion. He's hooping, so he's got to be on there. But so I think we've got enough. We've got a spot for at least 1 or 2 more players if Trey Young is going to be here, because we have 7 shooting guards, and we're at 6 point guards. So let's say, just for hypothetical sakes, you've got 2 more guard positions for your all-star guard.
I think we're we're overloading, because I know they count point guards and 2 guards as the same thing. There's only supposed to be 12 players on the roster.
That's true, but I'm just because everyone.
But for the sake of conversation,
for the sake of conversation, and also because everyone's list may be so different. This is just a good list. Okay, so let's say this. Let's say there's one more.
Can I?
Go ahead.
Can I say something real quick?
Sure.
I don't want to backtrack the conversation, but I do want to mention I think Zion should be a all-star this year at the 4th position.
Wow, Zion.
Yeah.
Why? No, bro. He's in hooping, bro. He's in hooping. Like real life and fantasy.
We didn't even mention Ingram, and I'm like Zion's been that guy.
Hey, you know what? We forgot a couple people. We didn't mention Zion. Sizwe said we didn't mention Ingram. Bam's not on this list.
Oof.
Criminal.
Hey, man.
Is he play the 4 or the 5?
Yeah,
5.
He plays the 5? Okay.
Miami is so tough right now because it's like...
That's what I'm saying.
Like, did y'all add Jimmy Butler to the 2 guard?
He ain't
Butler hasn't even been back long enough. I will say when I had him though to start, he was playing phenomenal and he came back phenomenal. But it's just like you don't have enough games played, I guess, to quote unquote maybe make the cut. Because that's why Russ isn't on this list.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jimmy Butler just hasn't really played enough, in my opinion. So, I think Ingram does need to be on this list, though.
He is.
If we're gonna add Tobias Harris, I think
it might only be fair.
I don't know. It's difficult for me to say that someone who was an all-star last year shouldn't be an all-star this year.
So
why? That's not to happen to Siakam.
Yeah, I was just about to say the same thing.
Look, let's be honest. Siakam has fallen off someone else's cliff. Like, let's be honest. I can't exactly say the same thing for Brandon Ingram, even though his rebounding and assist averages have plummeted since the season started, for the most part. So, his point averages have pretty much stayed the same. You know what? I'm gonna leave Ingram off the list because I think we've got enough small forwards. But let's say this. You get one more point. You get one more point guard to add. So we've already got Steph. We've got Luka. We've got Dame. We've got Kyrie. We've got Ben Simmons, and we've got Trey Young. Who's the one last point guard that you're going to add to this list? Now, and if you need some help, I'm going to give you a slight reference here. These are some names that we haven't mentioned yet, and I've already said most of them already. Van Vliet, Brogdon, Kyle Lowry, De'Aaron Fox, Drew Holiday, Chris Paul, DeJounte, Colin Sexton, Bean, John Wall, Jamal Murray,
So not Bean.
Mike Conley, John Morant, Kemba Walker. That's probably about it.
I'm giving it to Brogdon. And Brogdon is healthy. He has to be at least top 5, maybe top 8 guard in the league.
Indiana's too good for them only to have one All-Star.
Yeah, absolutely.
Man,
Like he's a 50, 40, 90.
He's replacing D'Lo too.
And he got ties to Morehouse. Put him in.
Yeah, high key.
Hey,
I gotta put Brogdon.
Malcolm Brogdon's probably making the cut. I'd have loved to vouch for De'Aaron Fox because De'Aaron Fox has played well this year, like extremely well. Sacramento still be losing, but I mean,
Kings are horrible right now.
Yo, I love what I'm seeing. From
They
Fox
beat my Nuggets tonight.
And look, let me say this, bruh, and I want to thank y'all so much for not mentioning Chris Middleton at all. I really appreciate y'all. There's nothing all-star material, entertainment value about Chris Middleton. No one's going to a game. That's like seeing Ja Rule after 9/11 happened. No one's coming to see Ja Rule after a big tragic event has happened. No one's coming to a Bucks game in cold Milwaukee to go see Chris Middleton. No one's going to see him. We were going to see Malcolm Brogdon before Chris Middleton. I'd go over there to see Dante DiVincenzo, Bobby Portis, Drew Holiday. I'm going to see all of them. Look, I'm going over there to see the man with the last name Trash Man Snell before I go and see Chris Middleton. Because at least I know.
Are you kidding me?
I'm going to go see someone that's going to be able to make me laugh. I do not like Chris Middleton. There is nothing special to me about him.
Listen.
Nah.
Here's what I say.
I don't like Chris Middleton.
Did Tim hurt you with a trade offer for him, bro? Like, is that this?
I'm so tired of seeing Chris Middleton go out for 20 games but sneak his way into an all-star game with a daggone knee injury. I'm tired of it. Let's stop that.
So first
You know what the crazy thing is? Like, I remember sitting a trade for Chris Middleton to Tim's, and he wanted Kyrie plus one for Middleton.
Keep it a spade. We can all see Ronjae has a dislike for Chris Middleton. Now, I watch Bucks games because Giannis is my guy. Y'all know that. Now, I've watched Middleton play with Giannis for years. There's nothing exciting all-star wise about him. I mean, the dude can score the ball in the regular season, but in the postseason, he's non-existent.
Listen, he's a third star.
Yeah, Middleton to me is boring. He's a good player. He's a 3-and-D guy, but he's just boring. Like, you would much rather see a dunking Zach LaVine in the All-Star game, or a Bradley Beal, or I don't know. Goodness, who else would you want to see? I guess Jaylen Brown this year, if you definitely want to see that.
Don Wall, the people's champ.
No, because he hasn't been healthy enough. But you know, Chris Middleton is one of those picks. Like, the way we view Chris Middleton, and I'm sorry to say this, bruh, is the same way that, like, the people who voted for Zaza Pachulia, like, tried to get him in because he's from that country and stuff like that. Like, Middleton's a great player, but no one really want to see you out there playing.
No one wants to see out there. Zaza, no one wants to see Chris Middleton. So, like I said, thank y'all for not even mentioning him. I appreciate y'all.
No disrespect.
I mean, he hasn't even been doing nothing for real.
Yeah. And I agree. 100%. And so I'm going to read off from each position at what we have. So at the 5, we've got Jokic, Embiid, Drummond, Vucevic, and Bam. Great list, in my opinion. So at the number 4, we've got Sabonis, Julius Randle, Giannis, AD, and Christian Wood. Good list. At small forward, we've got KD, Bron, Paul George, Kawhi, Jason Tatum, Gordon Hayward, and Tobias Harris. At the number 2 position, we've got James Harden, Jaylen Brown, Bradley Beal, Victor Oladipo, Zach LaVine, Shai Gilgeous, and Donovan Mitchell. And then at the number 1 position, we've got Steph Curry, Luka Doncic, Damian Lillard, Kyrie Irving, Ben Simmons, Trae Young, and Malcolm Brogdon. Very heavy at the point guard position. So for those of you who are watching, that should be a good enough gauge as to, you know, what it is a lot of the flunkies think about, you know, the best players in the league and in the world.
I agree. Roddy Rich got snubbed.
So this is he's been playing trash this year. So This is the next big topic that I really wanted to cover. And so this conversation has been ongoing for some time, ever since Sam Hood has made me aware of a possible conspiracy for people to actually be here in cahoots. And he has coined it as the term of having alliances in our fantasy league. Now, I've contested this many times because I call it BS. I have no idea what it is that he's talking about with that. But fortunately, we have him here on the air, and we've got a lot of people with a lot of, let's say, different opinions about who is in cahoots, supposed cahoots with each other. So, Hood, would you mind explaining what it is you meant by that?
Sure. So this all started when Sis came into my inbox talking reckless.
Talk to him.
That's how this all started. This how this all started, right? And he's trying to, as you say, get star power. So he wants to trade for Kyrie. At first he was like, what can I do to get Kyrie? I was like, let me get Jaylen Brown, this, that, and the third. And he was like, no, I'm not doing that, whatever. And then he was like, bro, you're not even trying to trade for real. He was like, RJ told me about what you was doing to him, this, that, and the third, because I've been in RJ's inbox trying my very hardest to get Booker, right? And I'm not going to lie, I've been trying to finesse this, that, and the third, yada, yada. But as Durant would say, right? So I've been in RJ's inbox for maybe weeks. I mean, annoying him to the point where he's calling me all kinds of names. You're not gonna get into those names.
Whoa! Wait a minute, hold on. You're not gonna come out here on this platform and try and play Little Red Riding Hood like you wasn't up there talking about my pack against Aaron was coming. Or I hope you don't make the playoffs or some crazy stuff like that. You was talking nonsense, and then I went out there and beat your boy.
All right, so look, yes, I was talking reckless just because RJ was being very uncooperative.
And Sam Hood be talking crazy to me, but we got the same record. How does that work?
So look, it occurred to me that this could be a potential alliance because the moment Sis was like, bruh. He was like, RJ told me about what y'all was doing this and the third. I was like, why would you even know about that? You don't even know like the half.
I don't even remember telling him. I don't even remember telling him.
I have receipts. It says mention your name. I caught him in 4K. He can't go back on it. He mentioned your name. And then I thought about, I was like, dang, Sis and RJ really be around each other like all the time. They be like, I'll put something late in the group chat. Those two always be up. Like they're up. Like, coming up with these ideas or something. This is some type of alliance. And it makes sense. It makes sense because the first alliance ever formed was obviously the House. Makes sense, right?
Facts.
Why do you keep
Facts.
Sam Hood, can I interrupt you real quick? I'd like to pull up
facts.
I'd like to pull up the definition real quick. The definition of a rival is a person or thing competing with another for the same objective or for superiority in the same field of an activity. So let's be honest. If someone is my rival, right, am I doing anything to benefit them or trying to help them? So in assets, like the opposite of a rival would be an ally, right?
Yeah.
By that definition.
And the word ally is in the word alliance, correct?
Yeah.
So in that sense, if Chris is sending players to help Tim, doesn't that make Tim an ally of Chris?
Yeah, most definitely, yeah.
Oh, then it's an alliance.
Y'all tell me what these conspiracy theories.
That's we just gave you the dictionary definition of what it was.
Broke it down and everything.
It's science, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
you can't call somebody an ally.
That's an ally for you, bro. I took
everybody does not be trying to trade, bro. Everybody does not be trying to trade.
But Chris, the issue is this is literally a 4K as well. You literally said at the beginning of the season that you're not going to trade with Tim because you've been building up his team.
And what have you done?
Literally quote for quote.
So
You
Chris,
bro, don't care, bro.
Bro,
Chris.
I will literally go find this clip. You said, no, he's going to be my rival this season because if you look past all the other seasons, I've low-key been building up his team. Whether or not you knew you were in this alliance or not, that's a question.
Wow. Okay,
Hey,
first,
You were in the alliance.
Chris, let me
first
ask
of all,
you
I just
this.
want to say Hood is a lawyer, but go ahead, Keshawn.
Chris, let me ask you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. I found the text. Chris said Tim low key my rival this year because I made him better all these years.
So with that being said, Chris, I'd like to run you.
You said
a couple,
that on Sunday.
I'd like to run. Yeah, you shouldn't be lying on the Lord's Day. I'd like to run you a couple names, bro.
Actually, before you go, I'm just gonna go ahead and play this for him.
You about to get all the smoke and take so many punches, the fans yelling, get off the ropes.
So Chris, Terry Rozier, right?
Yeah.
Valanciunas, right?
But hold on. Before you continue running by these names, the reason why we did that trade was because I believe I was getting the better end of the deal. It's not to make Tim's team better or nothing like that, bro. I don't care if Tim's team was 0 for 18 this year, bro. I, myself, am trying to win. I don't care what happens with this team, bro. If I feel like it's going to benefit my team, of course we're going to make that trade.
So let me ask y'all this just in general, because maybe I'm the only one who thinks like this, but I know Sterling's still on the line, but Sterling, you know, he know me pretty well. Sterl, if I'm playing you or I'm trying to beat you, unless it behooves me and benefits me to the maximum, am I doing anything whatsoever to add or benefit your team?
Of course not.
Sterling has Zach LaVine on the block, and this is the true definition of what it means to be a rival to somebody. Sterling and I are cool, but we play each other this week. Sterling has Zach LaVine on the block, and I told him, hey, what's good with Zach LaVine? He said, nah, he's not available to you. I'm playing you right now. Yo, Zach LaVine is completely unavailable to me just because of the fact that I play Sterling. That's a rival.
Okay.
That is a rival.
Okay.
I will not benefit somebody who I'm trying to beat. If you're saying that Tim has been your rival, that means you've been trying to beat Tim. But if you're building up Tim, you're not trying to beat him. Yo, the way
In the same conference.
Oh,
in the same conference.
For clarification, based on what you're saying, for one, I'm already beating his team as it is. This man's 1-5.
Listen,
There is no competition with that right now. I'm still calling my rival though because I made him better all these years. Yeah, but there is no competition
that's
with
not
that.
true.
Two, second of all, I already played him this year and I won. So I
Okay.
don't know what else there really
So-
is except for
look,
making my team better.
I've been in the Flunkies for 2 years, and I've already noticed this trend. Now, I don't know what happened the first year, but I'll tell you what I saw from last year. Tim was strong, while Chris was weak last year.
Top heavy, bro. Top heavy.
Tim was
Agreed.
incredibly
Agreed.
strong, while Chris was weak. This year, Tim is weak and Chris is strong. There's a distinct difference. Now, if you look at this, if you look at how it works, bro, if it's something hot, then it's not cold, and if something's cold, then it's not hot. You gotta understand, bro. This is exactly what it looks like. So my thing is,
Wait, hold on.
y'all have never sat there and met on a even playing ground where it's like, oh yeah, these dudes are just neck and neck. Nah, one of y'all is in the gutter and one of y'all is succeeding. And last year, you was in the garbage can, Chris. This year, you not. This year, Tim is down there wobbling with the bottom feeders, and you aren't for right now.
So you're saying that doesn't make him a rival?
He's not a rival. Yo, at this point in time, bro, it just looks as if they both are benefiting each other. It's like, hey, bro, if one of us don't win, I'm going to make sure you get somewhere in position to win. At some point, I'd like to say y'all splitting the profit, yo. Just imagine, bro. They in the house because they brothers. They live together, bro. Just imagine, hey, bro, trade me your team. We gonna sit here. We gonna build up this ultimate squad real quick. We gonna make the best playoff
But
push
you know what?
possible.
It could be happening, but we would never know.
And split the money.
This is the same. Sizwe, back me up if I'm wrong. These are the same types of comments that I was making with Malik and Devin, and to my surprise. They have nothing to do with this.
Hey,
but you know what? Let me breathe, because I do want to get back to what y'all are saying. I tried to trade with Devin earlier, and he said a source told me that I would need something more for a particular trade that we're doing. So you know what? My conspiracy theories are back, bruh. My conspiracy theories are back. Devin and Malik, if you listen to this, you monkeys are in cahoots.
Oh, not monkeys.
All right, now we can go back to Chris and Tim, whom we already know are in cahoots. Y'all not rivals, but y'all are in cahoots.
Y'all are allies. You just got to admit it. Like, the big thing to the league is this. Y'all keep trying to deny that y'all aren't in cahoots. But somehow, some way, it always ends up being a trade between Tim and Chris. And let's be honest, I think y'all two have traded with each other the most.
Matter of fact, hold on.
Bro.
Look, I got conspiracy theories for everyone who's either recommended a brother or a friend for this league. Sterling and Daquan, I'm already skeptical of y'all. I'm skeptical of y'all, bro. I don't trust either of y'all monkeys, bro. Malik and Devin,
I
Tim and Chris. If Duran and his brother were in here, I'd be skeptical with them.
Duran and himself is an ally.
You want to know what the best example of this not being the case? Aaron and Hood. Now when I met both of y'all just hate each other. So I ain't gotta worry about y'all. Everybody else I'm skeptical of.
Dang, you're saying I got two agents in Daquan and Cordell?
Look,
Cordell definitely a Sterling agent, bro. Sterling was on the phone with Cordell. I remember this one day. He was like, "Yeah, I'm about to go get Ben Simmons." Ster was about to offer up some Darius Garland and plus one bum for Ben Simmons. And I sat here and I said, "Oh, Cordell, you better not." But then again, knowing Cordell likes to joke around and BS. If you know Cordell, or most of y'all Flunky family haven't met Cordell at all, he likes to send the trades that are like, Nicolo Melli for LeBron and AD and Jokic. Like, he's one of those guys. Like, he'll come in your inbox just to discourage you and annoy your day. And then when you
it works.
And it does work because it makes you mad. It's like you would think that someone would be willing to talk real trades with you, but when you try and talk a real trade with Cordell, he'll just ignore you, or he'll sit there and laugh, or just kind of hop off the phone later if you on group FaceTime or something like that. We all know how it works, so it's like there's no point in talking to Cordell. But Sterling, on the other hand, oh boy. When Sterling sees something down south for his team, he reaches into his old little refrigerator and grabs a nice little Coca-Cola real quick and refuels.
Listen, man, it's called the sixth grand plan. We trying to tell you
the rule of two.
Right, whatever, bro. We don't need to hear from these winning teams, bro. It's my turn.
Hey.
Here's what I'm gonna say. Chris, you a winning team too. We don't need to hear from y'all. We don't need to hear from Sidwich folk.
There's something I want to.
Been cheating, but
there's something I want to address that Keshawn said. I'll say it after you say what you're saying.
No, go ahead, Chris. Because you're not gonna be able to talk after I get my mic.
I legitimately want to point out a fact that Tim has been saying literally this whole season, bro, about his schedule. I honestly believe he's right in terms of him playing some of the hardest teams. No.
Hardest schedule, bro.
Go back and look at his schedule compared to somebody like Mike, bro. Mike's season has been extremely easy so far, which is why he's been 6-0.
But COVID
protocols. So same thing with Tim.
COVID protocols have ruined a lot of stuff for people. Injuries have been bad, believe me, I know. And it's like some people just don't perform well. Tim, you can't win with Trae Young having 30 fantasy points. Because I remember that day that Trae Young had 30 fantasy points. You can't sit there and say that. Tim would be winning right now had he not traded with you. Because he traded how do you disagree? Chris,
aside from the Grizzlies players that he got from me, I disagree.
Chris, I disagree with you disagreeing. Because of the fact, I have to look at the fact that you basically traded Terry Rozier for Victor Oladipo. That was before Oladipo got traded. Now Oladipo is over there in Houston, and John Wall, he still ain't fully healthy. So Oladipo gets to hoop 10 times harder. You benefited from Oladipo coming, and you got off Terry Rozier, who is in a 3-way battle with LaMelo and Devontae Graham.
You
gave up Valanciunas for DeAndre Ayton. We all know Ayton get to it. Not saying Valanciunas don't. I would say maybe that's the closest thing to fair that you got out of that. And then you got Lou Will out of it. That's the only place you got on the short end of the stick. I can't sit there and think about anything else that you got beneficial out of that. But you ran away with Oladipo from him.
I was about to say, let's definitely not forget the fact that I got a very lackluster Lou Williams in this trade, bro. You definitely can't overlook that fact. Essentially, that's not fleecing. That's essentially a 3 for 2 with me getting the 2.
There was 3. The trade was 3 for 3. We acknowledge it as 3 for 3.
Yeah. Essentially, no. Essentially, it's a 3 for 2. And on top of that, I really do think Tim's team is going to do a lot better moving forward because he's going to have those easier teams. Like he had those harder teams, which is why he's that, whatever he is, 1-5, whatever. Like that's absolutely why. On top of that, COVID protocols, give him the benefit of the doubt with that if you want, whatever. He's played some of the harder teams. He's playing way easier teams. His schedule is definitely going to be way easier. His record is about to improve.
Tim got his first.
Hey, bro, look, he better beat me this week. That's all I'm saying. He better beat.
Real.
If he don't beat me this week, it's going to be a heck of a climb.
Chris, you can't say he was facing a tougher schedule or stuff like that. And
time out. Remember Saved by the Bell where Zach Morris used to say that? Yeah, it's my turn. Y'all don't talk about it.
I can't wait to hear this.
You said reclaiming your time, sis. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah. Because I've been listening. I've been monitoring what's been said. I heard Sid like filter my name for starting all this because he's paranoid. Listen, you trash like me. So I don't know why you talking. But here's the thing. Here's my thing about alliances, bro. Just because you nervous, energy, individual, huh? Who? Hood. Oh, okay. You got yours coming too.
Go ahead, Sizwe.
Yeah. Just because you do not have the what's the word? Assets, or the chutzpah to make some trades doesn't mean we in alliance. Just because I made consistent trades with one individual, I'm not robbing Javon. He has his own free will. You know what I'm saying? He can do what he wants to. He sends trades to people to have them look over. I ain't going to say who, but I'm just saying that thing. So you claim that people are out here having alliances because you don't know how to tax and charge for your players. It just blocks you. So I feel like it's weird for you to say that. And here's the thing with Chris and Tim. They're the only real ones who be doing it. At this point, we only need to dress them. We know that they cheat. Okay, we don't need to go. But who is saying that everybody else in alliances because if he don't want to talk, I think that's ridiculous and dare I say a fallacy because Hood is paranoid about his own team.
Listen,
like I said, he's at the bottom with the rest of us. He's up here grinding with the rest of us. Keshawn, you privileged team too, bro.
Look. I just want it to be known right now. You talk about a privileged team. There's a difference, bro. Chris is privileged. I'm blessed. All right, y'all gotta understand. I am beyond blessed. I pulled out some wins just by chance. I've had. I think the week. Who was I playing? It was either Durant or Sizwe.
You haven't been accused of being an alliance, though. Like that's a big accusation because even when that trade went through, that happened between Aaron and RJ, Hood was intrigued on who was being consulted on pushing it through. Why you in their business?
Bruh, hear me out. It's just, you can't lie. First off, you literally, when Javon tried to ruin the league with his trade, bruh, you were the main person saying this man should have a punishment, this and a third, he should trade, da-da-da-da. And then you turn around and finesse Buddy getting Westbrook by giving him Blake Griffin, who don't even care about basketball anymore.
And here's the thing. You flip-flop. You like the back of a shoe because you always say somebody done lost a trade and then 10 minutes later you come back and say, oh, it was a finesse. You don't know what you want. And for you to be the most unstable flunky, you sure do make a lot of accusations. You like Kyrie.
Oh, look, hear me out. Hear me out.
God.
When I was training with you guys,
You about to get all the smoke and take so many punches, the fans yelling, get off the ropes.
The first thing you mentioned, bro, you was like, bro, you can't even get a deal with RJ, bro. As if like you guys are like, this is what I literally think was happening, bro. You and RJ probably got together, be like, all right, these are the players you got to go after. I don't know why I'm on that list. I'm tough.
Oh, okay.
My name was on it. Javon was on it. But probably some other flunkies on it. Y'all were just like, we got to go through and finesse these people. RJ's got buddies, DeMarcus Cousins or Mason Plumlee, one of the Plumlee brothers. You come over here, you get Westbrook, and then y'all sit here giggling about it. Like, this is clear alliance behavior. And I understand why. Why.
We went to those people because you were our first option, but you was tweaking. Let's not let this forget that you drove us away. You went to somewhere where we can. Nice. Nah, bro. You just mad that people are making trades and people getting out. And you can't
I
compete on the
asked
market.
Sam Hood for Darius
made a
Baisley
great
or
point
Trez.
just now.
You said what?
Hood made a great point right now. Y'all don't be trying to trade for real.
Chris,
Bro, there's only so few people.
Chris,
let me run down the list of people who are actually actively trying to make trades, not capping on them. One of them, me. One of them, Tim. Sterling, capping. Keshawn, capping. Aaron, trying. Ronjae be saying too. Sterling, don't you dare. Don't you dare. Because anytime, I am not the only person I know with saying this. Anytime somebody tries to make a trade with you, you leave them on red. Don't you dare talk.
No. I would hear you. No, in Sterling's defense, Sterling tries to talk nice. It'd be slight finessing, slight Black Air Force energy in it, but he does try to trade fair because he always be in my inbox. It's Montrez, Porzingis, or Dame, Kyrie, what I got to do. I will give him that.
Javon tries. Javon is also somebody who legitimately tries to trade. I'll give him that nod. There are very few people who are actually trying this year.
Listen, I don't entertain Chris or Tim because y'all are trying to swindle me. That is the reason why I don't entertain y'all. Now, me and Sam Hood, we barely be in conversations for trade talk because Hood obviously don't mess with me, and it showed earlier this week when he said Kyrie was on the block, and everybody asked was like, oh, what's good with Kyrie and what's good with KP? And then here comes, my team coming over. Hey, bruh, we would like to formally send an offer or request a meeting to debate about Darius Baisley or Montrezl Harrell, and I got absolutely nothing in response. I asked him.
I'm mad about Rookie of the Year.
Listen,
I'm still mad about Rookie of the Year.
You can go ahead. Listen, Hood, I feel it. But here's the thing. If you was mad about Rookie of the Year and you wanted to make a statement, you should have beat me last week, but you didn't. So
bro. Hey, run that back, bro.
If you wanted to make the debate about Rookie of the Year and you wanted to make a statement, you should have beat me last week, but you didn't. So at that point, I held up weight because, that could have been matchup of the week, just looking at, is Sam Hood really going to sit there and expose me for a fraud Rookie of the Year, or did I hold my weight in order to be Rookie of the Year? And at the end of the day, when the dust all cleared, I was standing over the body with the hoodie down.
Don't worry, Hood. I got you, bro. I got you this because
Hold on, because Sterling.
I bet.
You about to get all the smoke and take so many punches. The fans yelling, "Get off the road!"
Now, Hood, I politely inquired about Darius Baisley or Montrezl Harrell before I had to get hostile, but I had politely inquired about them, and I was not even left. I didn't have the respect to be left on red. I was left on heard. I was heard. I just wasn't listening.
Fair, Brad.
Listen, he peeped you, bro. He ain't see you.
Obviously.
I'll send something to you later, man. I'll send something later.
All right,
you can work something out.
See, Hood about to send me something hostile because of the way I just spoke to him. I know it's about to be wild.
But in response to RJ and y'all's alliance, look, I'm not blaming y'all because y'all aren't the first ones. Y'all are only doing it in retaliation to the house. But in return, just letting y'all know, I formed one with Aaron. We're taking an extra member if you want to be a part of the alliance. And, we about to get to the bag, bro. So what happened?
Nothing, you know what I'm saying? So, hey, look, man, this man Sizwe. I'll say this though, it's interesting. ACs, how are you holding up with the team that's got to thug it out, bruh?
I'm trying to get rid of it. We star power.
Yeah, man, look, bruh, I'm trying to tell you that star power is a hell of a drug. You can't be sipping on it too much, man. See, first off, Sizwe has players he could trade right now in order to, get some star power back, but he ain't gonna trade him. First of all, Sizwe, granted, he's his team mascot, but Kelly Oubre gotta go if you want to go get somebody.
Never.
And
bro, you already know that's not happening.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm just putting that out there, but some teams like settling for instead of 5-star, we get 4-star. We get some 3-star and stuff like that. I ain't gonna sell my soul for no 5 stars, because I know I'd love to get Giannis off tuck, but let's keep it a spade. Am I gonna give up everything on my roster to go get Giannis?
I mean, yeah.
See, but look, man, one thing I've been telling people, and I've been discussing it with Ronjae, is sometimes the value of, just the value of doing 2-for-1s and stuff like that, and the value of flip-flopping free agents. Hey, yo, you could pick up one free agent, and they be good for a little bit, and then they be trash. You drop them off, and then you go pick someone else up. And once you start, picking up these players who I call tertiary, bruh, your teams start to look a lot weaker after a period of time. And you doing 2-for-1s, bruh. If it ain't benefiting you in any sort of way, I don't see why you giving up 2 players, especially with an 18-team league. You just inviting one of them free agents to have to stick around any bit longer. That's why I use Chris's team as an example. Chris got a lot of tertiary guys that I've seen on his roster. Kendrick Nunn.
Listen, Kendrick Nunn barely. I don't know.
Yo, Chris, I just listen to this list of tertiary players on Chris's team. Norman Powell, Juan Toscano Anderson, Gary Trent, who's playing phenomenal right now in the absence of C.J. McCollum, Grayson Allen, Xavier Tillman, Lou Will right now is tertiary because he's playing like trash, Kendrick Nunn, and Alex Len. You take those guys all off Chris's team. This is what Chris's true team is. Kyle Lowry, James Harden, Jeremy Grant, Victor Oladipo, DeAndre Ayton, Rui Hachimura, and an injured Kevin Love.
Yeah, it does sound kind of bad.
I be looking at those things, bruh.
Okay, we're gonna switch gears here. First off, that was a super entertaining part of this podcast, and for sure I'm gonna have to grab this part of the video and republish it. That was some of the best conversation we've had here, and is the big reason why I wanted to start something like this. But we're gonna move on. This was the last topic I had, or the second to last. We had I think it was Sizwe who had brought up. We had quite a few trades go through this past week. Literally from this Sunday to Sunday. And I wanted to go over some of them to get some of y'all's opinions on the trades. So we're going to start from backwards and we're going to work our way up. So this was a trade that had Sizwe and Javon in it. And so we had Javon send Sizwe, Ricky Rubio, and Russell Westbrook for Blake Griffin and John Wall. Thoughts? Comments?
Bruh, I think Sis, like getting rid of Blake Griffin, bro, I think was just a W in itself. Just because I literally think he doesn't care about basketball in Detroit. The dude's just a millionaire first and does whatever and does basketball second. He can care less about basketball in Detroit.
Listen,
you can see it in his. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna.
Well, yeah.
Go ahead, Hood. Go ahead. I'm done. I'm done.
Oh yeah, just like you can just see it like in the way he plays, the way he like walks on the court, all of that. It's just he doesn't want to be there. He doesn't want to play. He's not even available half the time. I think getting rid of him was just a W in itself.
Look, I thought personally when it came to that trade, I thought it benefited Javon because of the fact Javon had nothing at a period of time. He was like holding on to guys like Kent Bazemore and Cauley Stein and Markieff Morris to hold his team up. I'm like, look, Blake Griffin ain't playing that hot. Go ahead and go get Blake Griffin. Pray to God he plays better. And at least you got something. Like, because most of Javon's guys on his team, I think, weren't even playing over 25 minutes.
Yeah, I thought it was a solid deal.
Yeah, I thought it was about fair.
We'll see what happens to Russell Westbrook along the way. Next trade we had was Spicy P.
Love that for me.
Oh, what'd you say?
Love that for me. Yes.
Yeah.
He's not going over this time. He's here to stay.
Oh, okay. Maybe he's talking. Okay, so
Right, hello?
so hello? I don't know. Is he talking?
Never
to us?
mind.
I think he's at the drive-thru or something.
Oh, okay. Okay, so we had up next we had Spicy P for Jeff Green and John Collins.
Oh, that's between Chris and what's it called?
That could have been a 1-for-1, bro.
Yeah, it could have been. It could have been a 1-for-1.
Weird.
Yeah, very weird. I was okay with it. I'm like, all right, fine, whatever. That you just traded him more depth, 2-for-1. That was a bad trade on his end, in my opinion. But we all know like Tim and Chris are very stingy when it comes to their trading acuity. So that's just my opinion. That's a little harsh, maybe a little harsher than what I'd like to believe, but nonetheless, yeah, it was a lot to give up. The next trade was between Javon and Chris. Javon traded Rui Hachimura for Dylan Brooks. That was
some finesse.
That was a yeah, that was a very interesting trade. Who sent that trade?
Chris.
Okay. Yeah. Bad Chris.
Yeah, Dylan Brooks came back and
I mean, at the time, Dylan Brooks was a streaky shooter, but, I mean, yeah, Javon got him super low. And he's been hooping as of now. So, I think that was a very solid trade. So, Javon's been very active because he followed that right up with Chris Paul for Darius Garland and OG Anunoby.
Man, I think Yo, that was a good trade for Javon, man. Like, I'm really high on Garland.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's going to be
Obviously not
really
high
good.
enough because you was trying to trade for him.
All right, Sterling, you know that I was in your inbox all the time about Garland, bro. Don't even do this. Don't do this, bro.
Yeah, I like the trade.
Yeah, I liked it a lot for Javon. Gave him some extra depth and actually some people worth looking at.
So we're gonna see if his team can really start putting together some wins. So as of right now, I think he's off the ropes in my opinion. But we're gonna move on to the next one, of which had Sterling and Chris, Jeremy Grant for Pascal Siakam.
Finesse team.
I mean,
Finesse team.
I mean, they're both falling off a cliff somewhere. So
Spicy P has had some pretty good games in the past few games.
yeah, he's had some great past few
And Jeremy
games.
Grant has been.
But Jeremy Grant has for sure been falling off a cliff. But I mean, they're both about judged the same. So I called that even. Yeah, I called it even. Yeah, I didn't provide a whole lot of kickback for that kind of deal. So, and then the last one happened a few days ago, which it was myself and Aaron. So Aaron sent DeMontis Sabonis and Fred VanVleet for Anthony Davis and Clint Capella.
Swindle that man.
Who?
Good. RJ ain't up to no good, bro. I think it was somewhat fair. It's just, bro.
He's been inconsistent in playing.
Yeah.
That's my thing. That's why I say it's a swindle.
Yeah, I can see why you'd say a swindle.
Sabonis plays every game. AD does not. That was my big thing.
Facts.
You know what's crazy, man? I was trying to get some bonus off of him, and then Aaron said, I'm not moving. Just for him to move him the next day.
Because he probably wanted Yoke, and you not trying to talk for real.
Oh.
Really, Tobias Harris is on my list, man. He's on.
You know Mike not moving him, bro.
Nah, he might. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. So those were all the trades that happened within basically a 7-day span. Just about. Today's Saturday. All those trades happened between Sunday to now. So very, very interesting how the league is starting to shape up. Like I said, we're at the halfway point. This coming week will be the halfway point of our regular season anyways. So All-Stars and everything is getting ready to come up and out. The last topic that I had was, and
how do I leave the call? I gotta get real quick. If I hang up, will it affect the podcast?
No.
Okay. Appreciate it for joining. I can join. You know what I'm saying? Valley Boys signing off.
Valley Boys, Sizwe, Chapman, everybody.
Boo.
Give me that card. Yeah.
My homeboy Tyler, he playing South Beach. He told me this summer he gon' fix my jumper. I told Boy Wonder that we might got a thumper. I've been trying to pop, now I'm on like Shumper.
Once Sizwe trades him, I'm definitely getting rid of that song.
Yeah, it's inevitable. Hey, so Ron, real quick, how long until Russell Westbrook gets traded off of Sizwe's team?
Because it happens every year, right? I don't know. I give it a couple weeks.
3?
Yeah, 2 or 3.
All right, cool.
Yeah, about 2 or 3. Nonetheless, we've got some matchups coming up next week. See, we're at matchup number 8. Damn, I face Sterling next week, bruh.
Pat.
For who?
For RJ, bro. I hate to say it, bro.
If I make some stuff shake, man, you know, look.
This might be a good one. This might be a good one, you know. Sabonis been putting on.
Hey, bruh. Yeah, I think Sterling's winning that in the landslide.
Hey, by the way, Fournier didn't play today.
Yeah, I saw he had back
issues.
spasms.
Again.
So, yeah, that hurts. That hurts. Hopefully this doesn't last as long because he was out 2 whole weeks when I had him. So we'll see about that. Ooh, speaking of matchups, they were just on the call. Sizwe and Sam Hood. Y'all play each other next week.
Bruh. I want to turn this man to an off pack, but I don't know. Like, the injuries and the postponements of games is killing my team.
All right, listen, let me get some of your roster then, bro, since you charged the season for the game.
Hey, yo, Hood, no lie, bro. Let's keep it a spade. If KP can fix his glass ankles and knees and stuff like that, bro, you could win this week. Because as long as Dame stay healthy and Kyrie puts up, and you should be good.
I got Sizwe.
Yeah. I think I'm just hoping to make it
Jeremy
competitive.
Lamb duo.
I think I can make it competitive. Y'all are just lucky that LeVert and Bogey are out, because if I had those two, it would be wraps.
You know what? I'm gonna be the outlier. I'm gonna go with Sam Hood in this one.
All right, so Sterling, who do you think?
Well, I'm gonna go with.
Yeah, I've said Sizwe. Keshawn said Sam Hood.
I might go Hood. I think I'm gonna go Hood. Let me take a chance.
Right. So Hood's got the majority.
So much belief.
That's gonna cost you KP though.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting, man. hey, look, man. Look, Tuck faces Tim.
I got Tuck in that one, bro. Let me go ahead. Yo, that made me rolling, bro. I got Tuck.
Listen, man, Tuck has the most points this week, bro.
Bro, his team is crazy, bro.
Yo, that boy, Giannis is waking up.
I got Tuck. Yeah, I got Tuck. Yeah, that should be an easy one. We got Jake versus Mike. Mike going 8-0.
Oh God.
Dang. He's just catching people at the right time.
Don't worry, bro. Don't worry, bro. Mike is coming.
So we got Javon versus Devin.
I got Devin.
Devin.
I still got Devin. Javon's team's not fully up there yet.
Yeah, barring any like COVID type stuff, I think Devin's team's just gonna roll the mat with him. Two trash teams. So next week, I'm not sure if both these teams are winning or losing right now or not. But we've got Sam Brown versus Cordell. So someo's gonna be.
It's time.
That's gonna be matchup of the week,
Hey,
Yeah, that's gonna be matchup of the week next week, bro. Two of the worstest teams in the league, bro.
Somebody gonna walk out with a W.
Hey, I'm gonna go out on a limb, bro. I'm gonna take my man Cordell,
I'm
bro.
taking Cordell as well.
That's not on a little, bro. That is the right choice.
Oh,
Because,
man.
bro, if Sam's team was healthy, bro, Cordell be turned to a pack, bro.
Facts. Facts. But they not. So I'm.
That's
going
probably
with that.
going to be one of the most interesting ones to try. Okay.
We've got.
Because he don't even got 1,000 points right now, bro.
They folks has been joking on Sam Brown, talking about he just joined the league to sell his apparel.
Glory to God.
That is hilarious. That is hilarious. All right, look, so I think that's pretty much a unanimous landslide. We've got Aaron versus Daquan next week. Oof.
That's tough.
Man.
I got Aaron. I've got
Aaron?
Aaron.
Explain why you got Aaron there. Because right now, Daquan's got Bam. He's got Rashawn Holmes, who's played phenomenal. And he's also got Miles Turner.
Because the past 2 weeks,
And
Aaron's
Bradley
team
Beal.
has been struggling. But Aaron's team reestablished this week why they're a top team. And they've been wiping the floor with Sizwe's squad. So, as long as Aaron pulls out the win this week, I think that Aaron is going to win next week, even if it's a close game this week.
All right.
Yeah, I think it'll be Aaron. It's going to be close, though. It's going to be real close.
I'm going to go with Daquan on this one. I got the trio of big men that he got, plus Bradley Beal holding him up.
Right, so we've got a tie there. So it's going to be close. It's going to be close. That's going to be on my matchup of the week list as well. Up next, we've got Chris versus Duran. Two of the most hated people in our league. I would say so.
I got Duran, bruh.
I'm going to go Chris, bro. Y'all go 8. I'm going to go Chris.
Hood, you a generous guy, bruh.
I got Durant.
I was
need
thinking
Chris to
Chris,
lose some
bro.
games.
But yeah, I was thinking Chris.
Yeah.
Just like someone tells me James Harden might snap this week.
Yeah, you know what?
Well,
That's
what-
key facts.
Durant's also facing injuries. Like Christian Wood is being monitored week to week, and DeAndre Hunter's out.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, so yeah, Chris is gonna
Chris
win.
might got
Chris
it.
is gonna win
Chris
this
might
week.
win.
It depends on
Paul
what Paul
George.
George and Roddy Rich do. And Colin Sexton, I guess.
Yeah. Chris is gonna win this week, even though I'd like to pull for Durant, but we gonna see about that. That's gonna be interesting as well. Keshawn and Malik is the last one rounding out. Malik.
Oh man,
Malik's gonna win.
Yo, I'm already looking at my team now. I'm like, we hurt, and it don't look like we gonna get back at it. So,
bro, that.
Yeah,
it hurts, bruh, because I'd love to play him at full strength. 'Cause I think I could beat him.
Shout out Popeyes, bruh. They've been, they didn't want to give up they didn't want to give up their title, because if he was under 500, he was gonna give up that title, and it was gonna turn to Jones Barbecue and Foot Massage, something like that, bruh. So I'm just glad his team's turned it around. I mean, he's got 4 first round players on his team, so
Right.
But who knows? Keshawn's team, they come back healthy at the right time. They strike, that's a Western Conference matchup. So I have no stake or pull in that.
Yeah, my team never really roll over and die, but
yeah, this might be the week.
Yeah.
This might be that week. But nonetheless, we're gonna have to figure out and see. But with that being said, that's the end of our podcast here. We really appreciate it. We had some camera difficulty over here. One of our cameras and whatever had gone out, but nonetheless, the journey and the marathon continues. Of course, really just want to thank Chris and Sizwe for pulling through. They couldn't stick around, obviously, but really appreciate them coming through. I appreciate the NBA Young Boy stands and Sam Hood coming out. Appreciate Sterling and the She Fanatics coming out, man, and Keshawn to my right of the Alpha Land Knicks. Really appreciate y'all coming out and hanging out with your guy. Hope you guys really enjoyed that basketball video. Hope to do more kinds of content like that. I think that kind of stuff is super fun. And for sure, I've got to get back into this 2K League stuff. Because that stuff is always super interesting to me. But, with that being said, if you guys enjoy the stuff that we do here, like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell on the channel. And, we really want to just provide the best fun NBA and NBA Fantasy League stuff that we possibly can. And, with that being said, have a great night. Be safe. Go watch some basketball. Wash your hands. And with that being said, we're out of here. Peace.